Hey guys, my name is Shreyas and welcome to Simple Biology. Today we're going to be talking about hydrolysis and polymerization. Let's first talk about what a polymer is. A polymer is a long molecule consisting of subunits that are similar to each other. And the subunits are called monomers. Now, throughout the rest of this unit, we're going to be looking at the different types of polymers. Polymers. There's four types of polymers. There's carbohydrates, there's lipids, there's proteins, and there's nucleic acids. And all of them are very different from each other, but they're similar in this sense that they're kind of like, they're all long molecules consisting of small subunits. You can, to put this in a metaphor, or not a metaphor, a simile, um, you can think of it like Legos. Whenever you probably played with Legos, and when you can think of polymers in the same sense that whenever you play with Legos and you start to put Legos on top of each other, the small Legos itself would be considered the monomer, and the complete chain of Legos that you put together can be considered the polymer. Okay, and that will make more sense as we go through this unit, but just keep this in the back of your mind. Now, the process through which a polymer is created is called a dehydration reaction or a condensation reaction. And let me explain to you how that happens. So let's say we have a monomer like this, and it's made up, or let's just say we have two short polymers, okay? So we have two polymers like this, and they're very short. Okay, and each one of these circles represents a monomer. Okay, each one of these is a monomer. And then you have another monomer right here. Another polymer, sorry. Alright, so we have two short polymers, and at the end of the polymers, here we're going to have a hydroxyl group, and again, you're going to start seeing these groups, so if you don't know what your functional groups are, I highly recommend you go watch that video. So here we have a hydroxyl group, and then here we just have a hydrogen atom, and then here we have a hydroxyl group. And the OH, HO, the direction does not matter. It's the same thing, even if it's OH or HO. So this is another hydroxyl group on this side, and then here we have a hydrogen atom. So, and then we have two, this is one polymer right here, okay? And then we have another polymer right here. So what's going to happen is that in order for the synthesis of a longer polymer, what will happen is that these two, this hydrogen and then this hydroxyl group are going to react, and they're going to form water. So these two will react here. Let me highlight that for you. And then that's going to form water. And then what will happen is that we'll see this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll still have our hydrogen atom here, and then our hydroxyl group here. So as you can see, this is called a dehydration reaction, because in order for these two small polymers to come together, we're going to have to lose water. So dehydration, you probably know what being dehydrated is when you don't have enough water in your body and you need more water. In the same sense, a dehydration reaction is whenever you're taking away water. So here we have water being taken away, and that's going to form a longer polymer like this, because the monomer number 2 and monomer number 3 are now single bonded to each other. And this process can be repeated and repeated in order to form larger and larger monomers. Larger and larger polymers. Okay, and then this process is done through enzymes. And you've probably heard what an enzyme is, but if you don't, an enzyme is just a molecule which speeds up a chemical reaction. Okay, so that's how polymers are synthesized. Now let's look at how polymers are broken down. The process through which polymers are broken down is called hydrolysis. And let me demonstrate to you how that happens. Let's say we have a long polymer like this. Then again, we have our, let's see here. Okay, we have our hydrogen atom here, and then we have our hydroxyl group here. And let's say we wanted to break this polymer at this bond right here. We want to break it at that bond right there. So what we're going to do is what an enzyme will do is it'll introduce water here. So a water molecule will be introduced here at this bond. And then what will happen is that water molecule will split apart, and this polymer will be broken down. So what will happen is we'll get this. So one of the hydrogen atoms will attach to this side of the polymer here, and then we'll have a shorter polymer here, and then so that's one hydrogen atom, and then the hydrogen atom will form a hydroxyl group here, and then we'll have monomer number 3, and then monomer number 4, and then our hydrogen atom. So this is called hydrolysis because water is going to, hydro means water, and lysis typically means breaking something apart. So water is going to be being introduced, and it's breaking apart a longer polymer to form two shorter polymers. And you can kind of see this. The H2O is breaking up into one hydrogen atom and then a hydroxyl group. Because if you added these two together, we get two hydrogen atoms, H2, and then the oxygen atom. So yeah, that's basically everything you have to know about polymers. Hydrolysis and polymerization is as simple as that.